can't imagine what that must have felt like, man. That's what dreams are made of.
It was. It was a dream come true. That was my goal. I could picture myself fighting on the UFC stage. And like I said, on the trip there were so many times where I'm like, this is rough. This is rough. I could just go back to work. I could just go back to work. And people, man, what if it doesn't work? What if you don't make it? Well, what if I do? What if I do? That's what it would boil down to. And I tell myself, everyone could give up. You can give up on it. Giving up's easy. Sticking with it, now that's something. And then it worked, bro. Then it worked. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. That's Goozie Hines, man. UFC heavyweight. He fights Saturday, and that's the interview that's coming up in about a minute. Also tonight, Conor's comeback lasted 69 seconds, and we got to talk about it. Our gym tournament crowned its first ever champion. This is episode 10. Let's dive in. All right. So who is Goozie? So Goozie is from Minnesota. He ran heavy equipment for the local 49 union. They told him he was too old for Dana White's Contender Series. But then he got the call driving home from another guy's fight camp to go to the UFC. And get this, dude. His opponent changed the day we talked to him. So you'll hear him find out basically live on the pod. It happened minutes before we hopped on with him. So he's fighting RJ Harris Saturday at UFC OKC on the prelims, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Paramount Plus. Don't be late, guys. Here's Goozie.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah. What's up, man?
What's up, you guys? How are you?
Doing
Doing
good.
well. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well.
Yeah.
Love
it.
Good deal. So what do you guys got going on here? Where'd you start?
Yeah. So we started. My name's Lucas. This is my brother, Ben. We're both brothers. We're from British Columbia, Canada. And we started a UFC app called MMA Fantasy where people can create their own prediction pools. So for every UFC card, they can say who they think's going to win and have their own leaderboards with their friends. So yeah, they got Alvin on the OKC card for sure. So
Big
we wanted
fan.
to bring you on, man, and kind of expose you to our fans because we've got diehard MMA fans. We got about 15,000 of them from around the world that use our app. And they've been asking us, hey, you guys got to bring some UFC fighters on. So thanks for messaging us back and hopping on the podcast today, man.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, if you guys are that into it, you've probably seen I just got an opponent change today.
Dude.
Yes.
So, and this is not something that you're not used to with the short notice fight that you had the first time you were in the UFC. So do you just say yes to everybody?
They all bleed red, baby. I told him, he got done. He goes, so what do you think? I'm like, it's been too long. I will literally fight any of these guys.
Hell yeah.
I've been training down here with Waldo Cortez. Ain't gonna
Nice.
get much worse than that.
100%, dude. 100%. So Alvin, man, introduce yourself to our fan base. Some people aren't going to know who you are. Ben and I have obviously looked you up. We know you're, from Minnesota. And shout out Justin Jefferson, the only rookie card I own. He helped win me my first fantasy football league. So shout out to JJ. Love that guy. But tell us a little bit about you, man. Like you just had your first UFC fight. Before that, you're a heavy machine operator. You're working in construction and you made this journey over into the UFC and into the fight game. Talk to us about your story, man. Tell us about yourself.
I did. I grew up in a small town, a lot of blue collar workers, a lot of the small town mindset on top of all the mistakes that I made in life, all the mistakes that I had to learn from. After all that, I ended up back running heavy equipment. It was the first job I had out of high school. Ended up being what I started doing when I got my life back together. Well, I was doing it and I was living my life to what I thought other people wanted to see me do. I caught up to the people that I was worried about being behind. Then I surpassed them and I still wasn't happy. I started doing some jiu-jitsu. Then I started fighting, got a couple fights, and I realized that I was happy. I was happy when I was fighting. When I was thinking about fighting, I was happy when I was about to fight. So it was filling that void. And I realized that's what I was meant to do. I was meant to go fight. I was not meant to just work a regular job. I wasn't meant to live my life on what I thought other people wanted to see. And that made a huge difference.
Wow. Alvin, when you talk, man, you can just There's a sense of belief in you, man, that just kind of transcends through the camera here. I'm picking up on that. So cool to see. Ben, you were going to ask him something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just inspired by that, like taking that leap, right? Like started out like blue collar, like I know I worked drywall for a bit, so kind of all my buddies are blue collar, so I know that whole world, but taking that step and finding your passion, that must have been something that was like just crazy and like that realization like I'm a fighter now, like how does that feel?
It was when I really dove all in, when I decided, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it to the full extent so that I know. Doesn't matter what everyone else knows. I'll know. When I get older, I won't have to look back and say, man, I wish I would have. I could have been this. I should have done that. I went all in and it was hard at times. There was times when even I didn't believe in myself and I'd have to go to praying, man, be like, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right choices? Because there was days when it was like that. And it was worth it. It was worth it. I do want to give a shout out to Local 49, the union that I worked for. They were my very first sponsor. I'll never forget. I got the check framed in my office still. Not only
Nice.
did they believe in me, they would buy like $4,000 worth of tickets every fight and give them away at union meetings. They were so supportive of it. And I can never thank them enough.
So talk about that. Do you there's something about a tattoo? Do you get a new tattoo with 4-9 on it before every fight, or what's the story there?
That was for every LFA fight. I would do
Got it.
that. I would do that. It's not allowed in the UFC, otherwise I would.
Okay, got it.
But that was one of my favorite things to do. I would get a big henna 49 tattoo on my back. Yes. People
Hell
loved
yeah.
it. People loved it.
That's sick. So talk to us about the transition from LFA into the UFC, because I know before you got the call for UFC, you thought maybe Dana White's Contender Series, maybe another route to it. Then you get plopped on a pay-per-view. But before that, I'm going LFA. You might want to be a champion there one day. And then you get the call to switch over. So talk to us about that whole situation there.
Yeah. I was told when I fought Billy Ray Valdez, that would make me 7-0 as a heavyweight. I was told, end this one exciting, finish him exciting. You'll get the call. Well, I ended up head kicking him in the third round, just like all my fights. It was exciting, and I was waiting for it. But I wasn't telling myself I deserve the call. They better call. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That ain't how I was looking at it. I wanted an answer, or I wanted another body. Give me the next guy. I'll just beat my way through this division until they have to call me. Then I get a call saying I'm too old, and that was a heartbreaker. It was a
Damn.
yes. And I actually thought it was a lie at first. But last year, now you have to be 32 or younger, I believe it is, to go to the Dana White Contender Series,
Right.
unless it's a short notice call. Well, when you're sitting there really on the edge, because before you make it, even when you do make it at first, it is hard to be a fighter. It is hard. There was times where I was skipping a light bill to pay for striking, man.
Damn.
So I was right on the fence. I came down to Phoenix to help Waldo Cortez finish out a fight camp. I don't know who he was fighting at the time or who he was going in to fight. And when I was driving back to Minnesota from that is when I got the call for the Deniz fight. And I sat there for a minute after I hung up the phone, and then I turned back up the radio. And my girlfriend's like, aren't you excited? I'm like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Then the next day I started getting the emails and the calls from the people from the UFC. And I'm like, oh, we're fighting, baby.
Let's go.
I made it. And then the walkout is when I really, really knew that I made it.
That must have been surreal.
I that feeling.
No. Yeah, like that. Like that's the pinnacle of like you made it. Like you're walking out, you got thousands of fans screaming, hollering, looking for a good fight. So I can't imagine what that must have felt like, man. That's dreams. That's what dreams are made of.
It was a dream come true. That was my goal. I could picture myself fighting on the UFC stage. And like I said, on the trip there were so many times where I'm like, this is rough. I could just go back to work. And people, man, what if it doesn't work? What if you don't make it? Well, what if I do? That's what it would boil down to. And I tell myself, everyone could give up. You can give up on it. Giving up's easy. Sticking with it, now that's something. And then it worked, bro. Then it worked. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, your journey's been so interesting. You talk about on your Instagram, I watched your pinned post there where you talk about your life story growing up. It was rough in the house, man. You had to kind of raise yourself, right? And you took on kind of the father figure for yourself almost, and kind of like, your parents got divorced, there was substance abuse, all this stuff was stacking on top of your life. And now, you look where you are and all the battles that you've had to go through to get here. Talk to us a little bit about that. Talk to us a little bit about what it's been like to kind of grow up with the circumstances that you've had and how you've been able to overcome all of those odds to end up where you are today.
When you think about it, no matter who you are, you're fighting battles, whether it's substance abuse, whether it's a bad home life, whether it's due from your own choices. Everybody's fighting battles. And to give you the quickest answer to get over all of that, I used to sit and blame, oh, my childhood, oh, the government, the law, It all changed when I started taking responsibility and I got back to praying and got my head on straight. But taking responsibility, man, is something that so many people can't do. They will blame everything on everybody else, why they didn't make it, why they can't make it, why they can't do this. And when I stopped doing that, that's why America's so great, baby. Because no matter how much I messed up, yeah, I wish I could go back and change it, but I still was able to scale past that. I was still able to climb that mountain and reach my goals.
Oh, yeah.
That is something with it we need to, so much of America needs to really take advantage of, because other countries don't get that. They don't even get the first opportunity to mess up. We can mess up, mess up, mess up. And if you still want it bad enough, man, it's there for the taking.
Let's go. So, I mean, we know it takes a village to create a UFC fighter. It's not just you, right? You've got a team, you've got training partners, you've got coaches, you've got all these people that are alongside you. Who are some of those guys? You talked about Waldo, but who are some of those guys that really helped you and shaped you kind of either in the gym or helped work on your mental or all the other parts that help build a fighter?
I was blessed with some amazing coaches and guidance right off the bat. I know that it was God just pointing me in the right direction. The people I've met, the relationships I've met through fighting, who fighting made me on the journey here is crazy. I mean, lifelong friends. They're also my coaches coming down for this fight. He's been my coach since the first fight, man. Him and his wife, Nicole, they're coming down. Billy Simon in Prior Lake, Minnesota. He runs the basement where all them big boys are. Caleb Truex was my first ever boxing coach. He was in my corner. And then Javier down in Phoenix. He runs UKF gym, Ultimate Combat. And that's where Waldo trained. That's where I'm doing this fight camp.
Thanks.
Those coaches that I just named are so hard to come across. They're out there for the fighters. They're out there pushing you. They're not sugarcoating stuff. They're making you better. And man, good people bring good people. Your circle's huge, and I'm blessed to have such a good circle. And I know it's hard for some fighters, but if you get out there, I had to travel a lot, and sooner or later you find great people, and that's what helps makes it. Like you said, you need a village. You need a team.
Yeah. Yeah. And give us one tactical piece there. What makes a coach great?
Knowing their fighters, knowing what works for them, knowing how to coach them. Not just one size fits all, not just I have favorites, but seeing it from their eyes, but also not letting them slip, like keeping them accountable, almost like a father figure role, but better in my eyes, man.
Yeah.
Yes, these guys, and they don't act, if they don't know something, they don't act like they know. That is another huge thing that I cannot stand. If you don't know, you don't know. That's fine. But so many people are afraid to just say, I don't know, and ask. These guys, the coaches I surround myself with, if they don't know, they just find someone who does. They always point us in the right direction, never lead us down a wrong path. And if they're wrong, they admit it. If we're wrong, we admit it. You gotta have that. You gotta have that connection. You can't have people just bullshitting their way through everything.
100%.
Yeah. So looking towards your next fight here, we got OKC. Tell us your thoughts about your opponent and just how you think it's going to go.
He is 5-0. It's RJ Harris, I believe it is. I like his haircut. That's about it. He's 6'7" or 6'6", I believe. I've been watching tape on him. I just found out a couple hours ago. I don't see the game plan changing a whole bunch.
No.
We're gonna bang it out. And he does have, it looks like heavier hands. I'm gonna outstrike him, push the pace. I don't think he'll have the conditioning, and I know he doesn't have the chin. It's gonna be good. I haven't came up with an exact game plan yet, but I promise you guys I'll make it interesting. We're going for
Let's
the finish. We're going for fight of the night, baby. Body
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go, dude. Getting
I'm
me
looking
hyped
forward to
up.
that.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
That's
this guy's it's his UFC debut, right? Like he's coming from LFA. So he hasn't been under the bright lights yet.
No, not yet. Not yet. And that
yeah.
affects some people, I guess, but that ain't what I'm banking on. You
Yeah.
better just come ready to fight, baby.
Yep.
I'm interested in like when you're in the cage, you're about to fight, like what's going through your mind? Are you peaceful? Are you kind of like, let's go? Like, because I know your style is like super creative and like your pressure. So like what's going through your mind when that ref says go?
Another day in the office. It's about time I get to go back to work, baby. Let's go. It's a soothing, it's a dialed in moment. I can hear just my coach's voice, him breathing. It's hard sometimes to even hear the ref. If my mom's there, it is the weirdest thing. That's the only other voice I can hear no matter where she is. But it is a very dialed in, I am coming to win. I go in there and I fight like I would want to watch the fight. I fight exciting and I fight for everything that I had to go through to get there. Everyone that believed in me from the start all the way up until everyone that believed in me when I did make it. Everyone that's going through the hard things that I went through that think that they've already messed up too much in life to fix it. All them people, I fight for all that. And that makes me really, really, really hard to beat. Really hard to beat.
Love that.
100%. So we have a few questions from our community because a lot of these guys, they've been watching, they've never missed a fight card, right? They're diehard fans, but they don't get to talk to the fighters. They never have an avenue to be like, hey, I have this thought or I have this question about what it's like to be a UFC fighter. They have no avenue to be able to talk to them. So some of them are kind of generic, but I'll throw some of them at you and you let me know what lands. What do you think is a misconception that the fans have about UFC fighters or the sport in general?
I've often been asked or been approached like I'm a mean person, right? Right?
Yeah.
Or that I have like that attitude about me until they talk to me and they're like, wow, you don't even sound or look like you like hurting people. Often a misconception. Or that when you first make it to the UFC, just because you're on TV, immediately people think, oh man, you must be getting paid the big bucks. It's still very hard when you first make it. If you don't plan, if you don't have structure, it is a struggle. It can push you into financial ruins. I actually came up with a class teaching fighters to plan for their financial future, plan for an identity in case their career ends so that they can retire on their terms. But those two things are so often pushed on, and I'm like, that ain't even close. If that answers that question.
That's totally, yeah. Wow. That's wild. Taking outside of the whole fight game, what are some of the hobbies that you have that you do outside of training or when you're prepping? What's some of the fun stuff that Alvin's getting into these days?
Oh man. I tell people two of my favorite things to do are fight and public speak.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, your public speaking, your vocal presence is very yeah, it's awesome.
And they think it's the weirdest combination. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, I started learning how to public speak to share my story to help people that are giving up on themselves, to help people that were in my shoes. And it opened up so many doors, not just for speaking, but for everything, for business opportunities, for me knowing myself better, for me being able to help more people, for making relationships. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you guys ever get a chance, just check it out. You'll love it.
100%.
But those are my two favorite things to do. I also like hunting.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go with those ones.
That sounds awesome, man. Yeah. Yeah, hunting's great. Would love to do it sometime, but yeah, what's the best like atmosphere you fought in? Like, or like I know in the LFA, like you got a lot of fights there, but like what city stands out as like, oh, this city's dope?
Vegas. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. I actually got done with that fight after I fought Deniz, and I was standing by the elevators, and this guy goes, "You're from Minnesota?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." He goes, "Me too." I was like, "Cool, what part?" He goes, Duluth, Minnesota." I was like, "Me too." He's all, "Really?" I was like, "Well, a little outside Duluth. I live in Morgan Park, it's called." He goes, "And you guys, this is like a little
Crazy.
suburb town."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Me Me too, he says. He's like, "You're lying." I was like, "That would be such an odd lie, my man." And here he was, and now he's coming out to Oklahoma to watch the
Nice.
fight as well.
Let's go.
Vegas killed it.
That's
That's
awesome,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, we
Uh,
love Vegas. We've had the privilege of watching fight card there, spending some time in the city. So yeah, it's a great spot.
Ooh, that's where we're at right now. Got some teammates fighting. Actually, I did some training with Gable Stevenson, and then
No way.
Eli finishing off this camp, and now they're fighting each other. Looking forward to it though. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Talk to us about camp right now. How are you feeling? How's the camp going? How's the training going? Where are you at?
It's outstanding, man. I feel so good. I got a new nose from the last fight. I got it fixed because I only had one nostril on that last fight. And then when he kicked me in the face, it just crushed it the rest of the way and got that fixed. I can breathe
Nice.
down here training. The number 4th heavyweight in the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's times when I get very frustrated sparring him.
Yeah.
And people shy away from that kind of stuff usually, but he's one of my favorite people to spar because I tell myself, man, if I can get better against him, these other guys won't stand a chance, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
dude.
whole atmosphere down at Javier's gym, the whole atmosphere down Ultimate Combat. If there's any of you guys looking in Phoenix, Arizona, it's in Mesa, Phoenix. That is the gym. Stop in there. Like I said, it's hard to find coaches like that. Hard to find gyms like that. A bunch of high level competitors, and it makes camp go great. I feel dangerous. That's what I mean. It didn't matter who they would have called me with. I'm fighting them, baby. Let's go.
Nice. Talk to us about your nickname, Goozie. Where does that come from?
That's a fighter name. Nah, you're just kidding. A lot of people, they're like, "Hey, that's a pretty cool fighter name." I'm like, "Is it?" So I looked like Mr. Magoo. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a ugly little kid, but that's what I looked like, and it stuck. It stuck hard all the way through school, all the way till now.
Wild,
There you
dude.
go.
I love it. Alvin, do you have anything you want to plug, man? I see you're wearing is that a Peace Grappler shirt? Is that a brand you're affiliated with? Is there any other brands that you'd like to shout out that you're partnered with?
I'll send you guys the link to that class I was talking about because that is a huge deal. That is after I beat this guy, when they give me the mic, I'm gonna say it because fighters need to do this because to make it to elite level and then have your career end and you got nothing to show for it is sad because it takes a lot to get here. And I'm gonna help prevent that. But I have merch, t-shirts and stuff on millions, other interviews I'd like to do, but I'll send you guys the link to those and all my sponsors on the back. And that's who makes this stuff possible. Your sponsors, the people supporting me. And it's a pleasure to be on here.
100%. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're in fight camp. It's not easy to get time like this. So really appreciate you hopping on here, chatting with us. Send us all the links. We'll put them in the description down below. Everyone, please check them out and support Alvin in the OKC fight coming up here. We're looking forward to seeing you out there, man, and to see you get the dub.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Oh.
I'm doing a TED Talk in October 24th, but it's on the same thing on
Hell yeah.
fighters plan for their future. So let's go,
Right
baby.
on.
We'll look out for that.
Great to meet you, Alvin. Peace out.
Later.
Peace out, man. Man, when he talks, you can feel the belief through the camera. I said it live and I meant it. That this guy is one you don't want to be locked in the cage with.
Oh man, this dude's an animal. You can just tell by the way he talks, like you said, that he means business. He's super passionate. The part that stuck with me is just working in the blue collar world, heavy equipment operator, like grinding long days, early mornings. I can relate to that working in drywall for a couple years. So so seeing someone make that leap from, blue collar work to the UFC is just inspiring. Shows that, you can have determination and stick with your dreams and you can make it. So yeah.
Inspiring stuff, dude. This was one that really landed here. I'm going to outstrike him. I don't think he'll have the conditioning, and I know he doesn't have the chin. We're going for fight of the night. That's Goozie for you right there. This guy's going to be swinging for the fences.
Yeah, this dude's he's going all out. He got that heavyweight mentality, not looking for a boring fight. So, it's going to be great. Don't have much tape on his opponent, but you think, Goozie's preparing for him. He knows what he's all about. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight.
The community's basically split 53% on Goozie, 47 on Harris. And Goozie's sitting at a -148 favorite right now. After talking to the guy, here's where I land. I'm going Hines KO round 2, and I'm throwing my 4X boost lock on that shit.
Damn, let's go. Yeah, that's a huge pick. You know, you got to support the guy. So, yeah, I got KO round 2 as well, and I sprinkled a little 2X boost on there. I have high confidence in him, and he's going to get the knockout round 2.
You heard it right here, guys. His fight is on the app. Go lock in your pick for Goozie's fight and drop it in the comments who you got. He fights Saturday, but first, you will not believe what happened in the 69 seconds that Conor McGregor spent in the cage. Dude, let's talk about this. What happened? I don't think you and I have actually talked about the main event. Did we even text? Like you were at a watch
just
party.
Radio silence, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Were you in shock? I was in shock.
Yeah, I was speechless. All my friends are speechless. Kind of just sat there silent for like 5.5 minutes. You know, all that hype leading up to it, and to end like that is just a bummer, man. Like, you know,
5 years, bro. 5 years we've been waiting for this moment, and they blow the numbers out of the water. The gate does crazy. It's like everything's going great in the card. The card was really exciting. And then you're like, okay, the only thing that needs to happen is we just want to see a fight. Like, even if Conor doesn't win, we just want to see a fight. And you get one of those Sugar Sean O'Malley eye poke situations, which we were in Vegas to see. And like, imagine being in the stands, paying all that money. Conor gets out there. Paddy just freaking gets the crowd going. Conor gets out there and bam, it just ends like that.
yeah. Nobody wanted to see that. Like, even if you were going against McGregor, like, I wanted to see a fight. Like, I didn't really care, like, who won at that point. Like, I just wanted to see a fight. And throwing that kick at the beginning, you know, was a little bit wild. He does those things at the beginning of each fight, but he just landed weird and bam, knee pops. So, yeah. I mean, everyone still got paid, so that's one upside, but it's not great.
Everyone got paid but the fans.
Yeah. Yeah, the fans. I was like watching afterwards, like, just imagine being there, man, and seeing that. Like, feel like he got absolutely shafted there.
At least they had a pretty decent card. It was a really, really good card up until that moment, man. Like, it was trending to be probably one of the better cards of the year for sure. Diving into things really quick, there were some other upsets. Let's rip through them really quick. Obviously, Royval gets the win against England's up-and-comer here. Only 20% of people had him picked. This was a crazy upset. What'd you think of this fight?
Yeah, it was a great fight. Royval is that dog, man. Like, he's a beast, and he made us all look silly. So I was part of that 79%. I was kind of backing Kavanaugh and just didn't get it done, man. It's tough to see.
Bobby Green, 39% had him picked. I definitely had him picked. And Terrence does what Terrence did. And he went and gassed. Well, he didn't really gas out. I mean, he just tried to go for that first round KO. Bobby, did you see when he was just like punching him behind his head? He's just saying, as he's punching him behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you called it, man. You called it last episode. You're like, yeah, Bobby Green's going to get it done, man. He's got that dog mentality. He's a crafty veteran. And, you know, he played his cards right. Ended up getting the finish in round 1. So, yeah.
Crazy. I won't lie. When Terrence walked out, I was like, why did I pick Bobby Green? Because I just was like, this guy's younger. Like, he's fast. He goes for that first round knockout. He's probably just going to clip him. And then I wish I never said that out loud because I had the pick ready from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
All
the way
right.
it goes.
Yep. Mario Bautista snaps Corey Sandhagen's hamstring and neutralizes his game plan completely and comes out with the win. 41% of people had this pick. This was also a crazy fight.
Yeah, I just saw Instagram post from Sandhagen with his legs all bruised up and his hammies popped. So sucks to see it, but I had Sandhagen. I was rocking with him. Bautista just put on a hell of a performance and, you know, clipped Sandhagen, rocked him near the end of the fight. So, yeah, big upset.
100%, man. Really quickly, let's talk about Paddy the Baddie. So right before Conor and Max do their thing, Paddy the Batty walkout had the building shaking, dude. Like, that was the walkout of all time. And then he subs BSD like that. Like, everyone was doubting him after the Gaethje fight. Solid chance. I even said it in my pick. I'm like, he's not going to have the confidence. Dude, he looked cool, calm, collected. He's vibing. And, you know, it's like he never skipped a beat.
I dialed in from the walkout, like got the crowd hyped on his side. Obviously they were on his side already, but yeah, crazy fight, man. Like he looks big at lightweight, and yeah, BSD kind of got demolished by him. But yeah, I was hyped during that walkout, man. That was sick.
I said BSD sub round 2, and Paddy only needed 52 seconds to make me look like I've never watched MMA before in my life.
That
tough. Was crazy, bro.
Yeah, I had Paddy decision on that one, but you know, I'll take that quick sub.
100%. All right, guys. Shout out to Hanzir76. 45 points, 12 out of 14 hits, 12 correct out of the 14 on a heartbreak of a card. This guy tops 1,900 players in the game this weekend. Congrats to you, buddy, for winning the game.
Yeah, that's sweet. 45 points is huge, and yeah, to be at the top with that many players is remarkable. So nice picks.
All right, Ben, where does this card rank out of 22?
Damn. You know, that's a tough one. Just given the result of the main event, everything else was fireworks. Maybe, I think it might be 10. 2?
Number 2, dude.
Really?
Yeah. And honestly, I get it. It would have easily been number 1 if the main event delivered, but so many of the other fights did so well that people were engaged the entire time. And so the ratings coming in throughout the card were so high. If you switch over and look at what Verdict is showing, they're showing like a 6.5 out of 10, but they only have like 300 rating where we have like 1,500. So we have way more people putting in ratings. So I was surprised to see this, but at the same time, I'm like, if that main event hit, this could have been the card of the last 2 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, big time. Yeah, I guess if you get like looking at all the other fights together, like one fight isn't going to make that much of a difference. So just because it's the main event.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty nuts. All right, guys,
Crazy.
Really quickly, let's chat about the Gym Wars. We have a gym tournament winner. God's Gym beats BLG in the final. They are the champs. Congratulations. You won the first ever tournament.
Yeah, that's sweet. And it was a close battle too. 17 points difference, you know. Gods amongst casuals. Yeah, congrats. You're the champ.
Shout out to us. We beat Sweat Lodge. It wasn't even close. This was a statement week, and we're going to just keep it rolling.
Big time. Yeah.
Quick plug about gyms. Sign up for a gym, hop in the Discord, go to the gym promotions channel, find yourself a high quality gym, and start competing every week for prizes. Save up enough combat credits and you can buy your own one-of-one gym banner, background, and name color to stand out amongst the crowd. We want to see you in there. All right, guys, we're now going to dive into the OKC card coming up here. It's time for the OKC preview. I'm excited for this one, man. This is going to be a fun card. It's kind of a bit of a sleeper card, but you got your boy Goozie on there, which we're already going to be hyped about. But let's talk about the main event. Dricus versus Kamaru. This is going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah. This is a good matchup, man. Like 93% excitement rate. Like, you know, that being said, I'm siding with Usman on this one. I think everyone's counting him out. I'm not. His last fight against Buckley was pretty solid. I think he's still got that championship mentality. And yeah, I think he's got one last great performance in him. So we'll see. I got Kamaru decision.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's 2 former champs. Dricus is the favorite, obviously. I think where I'm landing on this one is I don't think Usman is done quite yet, but I think Dricus is the wrong guy to find out against. I just think, I think Usman's kind of on the downhill. Dricus is still right there in the champ spot, and I think Dricus gets it done here. So the other thing, too, with Kamaru moving up to 185, and Dricus being kind of the nastier grappler, I think he finds a sub on Kamaru using his weight as the advantage. He choked out Izzy in the 4th round, so I'm going Dricus sub round 4, and that's where I'm locking it in.
Fair enough, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. I just realized he was stepping up to middleweight. I guess that's kind of obvious, but didn't really clue in there. So we'll see the size difference there potentially, and yeah, should be a good fight.
100%, dude. All right. Everybody loves a good underdog story, and I think that's what we have here with Cannonier. Here's the thing. Duncan barely gets hit. Jared does. And so I think with Cannonier carrying those 9 losses now, Duncan being kind of the less hit fighter, I'm going to grab Duncan KO round 2 in this one.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going with Duncan as well. I think, he just has better hands, but Cannonier's durable, and I think he'll be able to, hang with Duncan for all 3 rounds, but Duncan's going to get the decision.
All right, man. I like that pick. All right, this is an interesting one. Chase Hooper versus Mitch Ramirez. Here's the thing. Ramirez stuffs around 25 of takedowns. That's not going to be enough for Hooper. That's Hooper's whole game plan. He's going to just try and take him down right away. Problem is, I don't know if Hooper can get finishes. I just don't see him finishing a lot. I think he grapples people. He holds them down. He survives. So I'm doing Hooper by decision, and I sprinkled a 3X on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, we have pretty similar picks, except I think he's going to get it done with a submission in round 2. I think he's still got elite grappling. He's lanky, he's long, he can find that choke. So I got that 3X on sub round 2 for Chase.
Oh, yeah. Best of luck to you, man. Okay, Klein versus Ricci. I think this one is in Klein's ballpark here. I think Klein outlands her. She's got a 50% accuracy against 37% accuracy. She also barely gets touched. Her evasion's really good. So, yeah, she's 9-1 for a reason. I'm going Klein, but I'm going to just do a decision on this.
Yeah, I have the same pick. Cool. I think Klein gets it done. Yeah, coming off a decision against Angela Hill, a couple KOs before that. I think she just has what it takes to get the dub here.
Perfect. In the next one here, this is an interesting one. It's a dead pick'em. Tommy versus Montez. McMillan's 10-0, and he throws almost double the striking volume, like 10 strikes a minute against 5. So I think volume wins rounds, and I'm going to lock in a Tommy decision on this one.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. I like Tommy as well here. I think he starches him in the first round, though, with a KO. So going to be a quick fight. McMillan, pretty sure who's the fighter that he trains with? Is it Sean O'Malley? Something. He's like someone's prospect.
He
sure.
trains with O'Malley.
Yeah. So he's got that striking style, and he's got some crazy power too. So I think he sleeps Montez in the first.
Hell yeah. All right. I would love to see that. That'd be awesome. Next up, we got Austin versus Jose. In this one, I'm going, well, here's the thing. Jose, better striker. No question about that. Austin averages around 8 takedowns a fight, and Jose only stuffs around half of the takedowns he gets. So this one, in my opinion, is going to live on the mat, and I think Austin gets it done, and I'm locking in a decision.
Nice. Yeah, similar pick here, but I got a sub round 2 for Austin. I think, he's got good submissions. Yeah, I don't really know too much about him, but kind of just looking at his stats, his grappling percentile, and quite a bit better than the other guy. So, yeah.
Beauty. All right, next up, we've got John Paul versus Ko. And in this one, it's an interesting one, dude. Obviously we got more of a split in the odds than the last 2. But I think the key here is that John Paul has stuffed 0% of takedowns in the UFC. 0. So Ko averages around 4 a fight and is 63% accurate with his takedowns. I think that's pretty easy math. I think Ko gets a decision here.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the same pick here. Do you want to take a stab at pronouncing Jean Paul's last name there?
Lebanoskanani.
Yeah, that's correct.
Lebos Noyani.
Yeah, 100%.
Lebos Noyani. Is that right?
Sounds right.
Correct. And first name here is Sio Kayon.
Sio Kayon.
Ko. All right. Next up, we've got Levi versus Felipe. So Rodriguez here outlands him almost 3-1 at a 78% accuracy. Franco's known to fade in the later rounds, so that's why I'm locking in Rodriguez decision. But it's light heavyweight, anything can land at the higher weight classes. So definitely look out for that one. I think that's why there's a 74%.
Yeah, big time. I think Levi gets the KO round 2. Like you said, light heavyweight, got some power. And yeah, I'm taking those odds as well. So 5-0, going to be a good fight.
Perfect. All right. Alden versus Stewart. There is a big odds difference. This is probably the heaviest favorite on the card. And this is where I think a lot of boosts are going to come out. But there's a reason why he's this much of a favorite. He eats almost 6 strikes a minute. Nickel. He eats almost 6 strikes a minute. And Alden barely gets touched. So I think it's a total mismatch. I think Alden KO either round 1 or 2. I'm locking in 2. And I'm locking in my 2x boost on this one.
Nice. Yeah, I have the same pick, except I'm putting a 4x boost on this bad boy. I think the odds speak for themselves, and Alden's going to get it done.
Nice. Yeah, this will be hopefully a quick one and a fast one. Get the card going. All right, next up, we got RJ Harris versus your boy Alvin Goozie Hines. We got to see the excitement pop on the app for this one, guys. Get your 5 stars in there. This one's going to be a barn burner. I already talked about it, but I'm locking in Goozie KO round 2 with my 4x. There's not much more I can tell you.
Yep. Yeah, I'm riding with your boy, obviously. Alvin's going to get it done, KO round 2. And I got my 2x boost on it.
Nice. Showing support. All right. Now we got Anna versus Barbosa. In this one, keep it quick for you. I'm looking at Anna's stat line, and it's showing all zeros just because she only has 1 fight. So there's not a lot of data from the UFC from what I can tell, she's getting at least, like her sub score is really high. She has 7 fights that we were able to grab this for. So with that, look at the odds there, right? So yeah, I'm doing Barboza sub round 1 on this one.
Nice. I got Barboza decision.
Nice. Cool. All right, guys, that's the card. Look forward to OKC coming up this weekend. And now let's move on to the segment you guys are all been waiting for. Who's going to get the 10,000 combat credits? All you need to do, guys, is just comment on the video, like, and subscribe, and you're entered in every single week to win combat credits. Here's the people that entered this week. We're going to spin the wheel and find out who wins it. Here we go. Lee, congratulations, buddy. 10,000 combat credits coming your way. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, and thanks for commenting. All right, next up, we've got parlay time. Take a look at how our parlay did. Now, spoiler alert, not good. Yeah, not good. Taking an L for the boys today, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we need to do a little bit more research and thinking when we do our parlays, because I'm just throwing out random fighters most of the time.
Yeah, I think that's probably a smart idea, dude. I can't keep losing all these CC. I also threw a quick bet on Conor, just a small little side action, but I don't need to talk about that. So yeah, guys, we got dusted here. Zach Reese, nope. I mean, Robert Whitaker, yeah, that was a sick fight. Corey Sanhagen, nope. So yeah, we lost 1,000 combat credits on this one. So I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I'm just going to do it right now. I'm not even going to do a parlay, but I'm going to throw 1,000 on Goozie just to show some support for our boy. But as far as a parlay goes, I'll start off here and say, we want to get someone that's close. Let's do we align on some of these picks here?
Yeah, I think we got McMillan. I mean, if we're looking to get some money out of this, might want to go with, we could go with another close fight, I guess. Maybe
Cannonier? No.
We could do Cannonier.
That would be nuts. Let's do Duncan and then one more. I don't want to throw Chase on there. I don't want to bet money on him.
Why don't we throw Hines in there as a parlay as well?
Okay. All right. Do another 1,000. We'll lock in this parlay. And all right, boys. Parlay is locked. Let's now meet at the blackjack table. Okay, I've got 300. This is my last. If I lose this, I'm rinsed. I'll have 60 left. I'll have to go rate some fights. Oh my God, it's not good, dude. It's not good. No, dude.
Damn. I got it.
Nice.
Yeah, you're broke, man.
Dude, I'm broke. I am rinsed. I'm going to have to go rate some fights. I'm looking forward to payday. And that's going to
Like, comment, and subscribe on our own video.
get the 10,000 somehow. Damn. All right, guys. Thanks so much if you made it this far in the video. We always appreciate your support. Shout out to our Strike Pass Season 3 subscribers. You're what keeps this thing rolling. And yeah, Ben, take it away.
As always, guys, trust your boost, trust your reads, trust your gut, lock your reads. We're going to have a fun night ahead of us at OKC, so looking forward to it. And make sure to give your boy Alvin Hines a follow on socials. We'll link all his socials in the description, and all the things he's about will be there as well. So looking forward to that. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.